This is our podcast called Discrimination.
Hi, I'm Sophie and this is Arahia,
Hello.
and we're talking about discrimination.
Wait, what's that?
It is where someone is hated or bullied against for their beliefs or colour or anything really.
What? That's horrible.
Yes, and it's happening all around the world. Do you think we can stop it and stand up?
Definitely. In fact, let's talk about the law.
It's a good idea.
When I say law, I mean that the legislation, which is a more technical word for law, I mean the New Zealand rights.
Yeah, the most discrimination-related New Zealand laws are a part of the Bill of Rights and the Human Rights.
In fact, New Zealand people rank 7th of more than 100 countries in the world for the Justice Project Rule of Index for 2017 to 2018.
Wow, that must be amazing. Anyway, back to the Bill of Rights. The rules that are part of the Bill of Rights are life and security rights, democratic and civil rights, non-discrimination and minority rights, search, arrest and detention rights, and justice rights.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. Now for the human rights. It says that under the Act, no one can discriminate against you on the grounds of your age, gender, or sexual orientation, your material or relationship status, having a family or not, being in a relationship with or related to a certain person, your religious or ethnically beliefs, your color, race, ethnicity, or country of origin, having any kind of disability, impairment, or illness, your political opinions, and your employment status.
So you must be wondering why we're talking about these rules. And out of the millions of rules in New Zealand, we choose these because
If you look closely at these rules and think about it for a second, you realize that discrimination and anything like it is actually illegal.
I know you must be saying, what? Well, it's true.
That's right.
There are some questions we need to answer.
Here's from Samantha. Why do people get judged by what they look like and not on what they like in person?
Well, Arahia, I think people just don't want to know what people's personalities are like. We think they just get judged by on the outside, and that's called stereotyping.
Actually, Samantha, everyone should be like a panda. They're black, white, and Asian.
Some people think they are better than others sometimes, mostly just because of their color or if they have a disability, and many more reasons. There's another question from there. How would you stop it?
People are spreading the word about being an upstander, and we think that's how it's going to stop. If we all help in this community and be an upstander, we could prevent it from happening. How does religious discrimination affect people?
Whenever someone is discriminated for this cause, it can be offensive to many. Some just know to ignore it.
Here's another from Casey. How often does it happen?
Well, it is happening all around the world. It could be happening right now. Every day, someone could be going home with their head down because they were just bullied for their color, beliefs, or their gender. It is happening in our world everywhere. Here's one from Piper. How can you spread the word worldwide?
People have started making posters, ads, podcasts, just like what we are doing now. Here's another from Rosa. What are types of casual discrimination and religious and racist discrimination?
Simple bullying at school can spread and make things much worse as it already is. Here's from Glenn. How do races react to each other?
Usually they would discriminate each other, but some races get along very well, like New Zealand and Australia. Well, wait, there's no more questions. Does that mean question time is over?
Yes, sadly we have some interviews to do.
Yay.
Hi.
So Alice, how were you discriminated against?
So I was at a Ripper rugby tournament and I was versing at school and they said, hey, you don't have 3 girls on. To make it fair, and we said, no, we have 3 girls on. And he said, no, you're a boy. And the 3 girls were me, Lily, Molly, and Frankie, which is really 4.
That's a very interesting story.
I agree. Next we have here Lara.
Hi.
So how are you discriminated against?
So we walked onto the field and the boys started going, ooh, because we are an all-girls team, and tackle rugby. And the boys were just taunting us because we are girls. And they were in an all-boys team.
Wow, that's not nice. Next we have here with us Lucas.
Hi.
Hi.
So
how were you discriminated?
What happened was I was playing netball and some people came over and made fun of me and pushed me over and teased me just because I played netball. Just because I played netball. Just because I'm a boy.
I can't believe that happened to you. Last interview. Here we have Jaden from the Kopeka Hub.
Hello.
Hi.
discriminated. So basically what happened was a boy came up to me and said, "You're a milkshake, a chocolate one." And then my friend Jack came over and said, "Stop, that's mean." And yeah.
Well, that was the last interview. Well, now it's story time. A white, fierce 6-year-old lady sat down on a plane, absolutely furious. She called the flight hostess and said, "Can you please move me? I'm sitting next to an animal." She said this because she was sitting next to a black man. The flight hostess looked at him and left. When she came back, she said, "I've talked to the captain, and he told me that we have a first-class seat left, and of course would never let you sit next to such an arrogant, disgusting, rude person like this ever again." The lady smiled and slowly started to get up, but the man got up as well and got his stuff and followed the hostess while the lady looked astonished.
That's awful. I have another. Once my brothers and I were at Sydenham Park, and some guys came over with shaved heads and started saying really racist things to us. They kicked our stuff around and stood all over the sandwiches my mother had made for us. I've never seen my brothers scared like that. We didn't play there after that.
That's so sad. I found another. When I was at high school in Rickerton, one of the teachers once told me that I had a lot of potential to do a lot better than my peers, saying I was pretty smart for a brown girl.
Wow, that's mean. Anyway, here's one. I was at the Palms checking out some sneakers which were displayed on a sale table. The shop assistant asked me to please move away. I walked away and looked back to see her checking if I stole anything. I felt so humiliated and ashamed. I never stole anything in my life.
Here's a good one. I worked in a retail store a couple of years ago, and a part of the training we did was we had to go to different stores and see how well people are greeted there. I went to this one store and browsed around for about 8 minutes. Then one of the employees came up to me and said, "We have cameras in the store."
How rude. Let's do one more. My friend worked in a bar and this older man kept on flirting with her. When she finally got fed up, she told him that she's gay. He felt offended and said, "How do you think it makes me feel that the most attractive girl in this bar doesn't like men?"
Wow, that's horrible.
I know, but on the other hand, things are looking a bit brighter, because now it's quote time.
Yay. Here's one. Find out who you are and be that person. That's what your soul was put on this earth to be. Find that truth, live that truth, and everything else will come. That quote is from Ellen DeGeneres on Gay Pride.
Wow, Ellen DeGeneres is pretty inspiring. Here's a nice one. One world, many faces, one family, many races, one truth, many paths, one heart, many complexions, one lie, many reflections, our world, many imperfections. One, we are all one but many. This quote from Susie Casson.
That's a good one. Here's another. What a sad era when it's easier to smash an atom than a prejudice. This quote is from Albert Einstein. It's kind of cool when you think about it, especially since he's a scientist. He actually made a quote that's still kind of related to science, but mostly related to discrimination.
I know, it was very interesting. Let's practice motivation and love, not discrimination, hate. This quote is from Zendaya. I think that she is very inspirational by this quote. I think that she was inspirational because she could have gone through discrimination when she was our age, and I think that everyone could go through discrimination in their life at one stage.
Yeah, I think she was inspirational as well. Here's another. The best way to stop discrimination on the basis of race is to stop discriminating on the basis of race. This quote is from John Roberts, and it is an amazing quote.
Let's do one more.
Oh, okay.
Let's do this one. Here's the best one yet, I think. How I wish we lived in a time when laws were not necessary to safeguard us from discrimination. This amazing quote was from Barbara Streisand. I think this quote is amazing because it is so inspiring. It's showing us that at any time we can stop discrimination and just get rid of rules.
Anyway, let's talk about stereotypes now, but first let's cut to commercials.
G'day mate, I'm Mike McRoberts.
And I'm Samantha Hayes.
Today we will be showing you the best ads ever in under a minute.
Let's get into it. Hey, those ads stole our segment. Oh well.
That's all we have today.
We hope you enjoyed our podcast.
Bye.